Hi guys, so I'm making this video because I'm trying to transition from graphic design into being a product designer. Well, like in my last video I said I'm really into graphic design, but then product design is not really different from graphic design. It's only deeper than graphic design. What a product designer does is he goes as far as testing his designs, testing it on the users to see how it works and how they relate to it, how they use it, and then when the result is gotten, he takes it back to the drawing board and creates products that connect directly with the user. So that's almost what a graphic designer does. Looking at a graphic designer is basically interested in aesthetics and seeing how things work and bringing things from real life and applying them to design and making sure that the two things work perfectly well. But there were a few things I learned from graphic design, which was layout, drawing, typography, and other things. So in this video, I want to talk about a major concern among graphic designers, which is, do you have to know how to draw to be a graphic designer? Art directors and existing graphics designers put a ton amount of pressure on new designers that they must know how to draw before they become a graphic designer, and a lot of them try so hard to draw, and it turns out that drawing is not their thing. Really, the truth is that you don't have to know how to draw to be a graphic designer. The role of a graphic designer is compiling, not composing. So the picture I'm trying to paint is strength as a graphic designer is going to be how well you can compile different elements to form a beautiful and aesthetic design. That's basically what a graphic designer does. Then it goes into other field of graphic design, which is illustration, calligraphy, typography. That's calligraphy, the people that create typography, photographers, and the rest of them. So all these people work together to form an amazing visual, which we see out there and be like, oh, this is a work of one person. To achieve some of these amazing visuals which we see, it's usually a teamwork, a collaborative effort from designers, motion graphers, illustrators. So designs work perfectly well when a graphic designer is compiling what is an illustrator that is creating the arts, creating the drawings, bringing it to life, making a two-dimensional or three-dimensional version of it, while you're bringing what he's doing together, bringing what the photographer is doing together, and creating an amazing. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a plus if you can sketch, if you can draw. It's going to be a plus if you can draw your art and then you design it yourself. It's going to be a plus as a freelancer. But coming into an agency space, all you have to do is understand how things work, how these things are applied into real life. Then you bring your thing, then you bring your design to life. Actually, it's a good thing if you know how to sketch. What sketch? Sketch is basically putting your thoughts down on paper. So how do you think it's going to look? Bringing in pictures and drawing it. So your sketch is not important to another creative. Sometimes if you're designing for yourself, the sketch is not as, your sketch is really not important to another creative sometimes, except except it's in a workspace where you have to share your sketch and everybody will see your thought process and the rest of that. But then the sketch is basically relevant to you. So your sketch is basically relevant to you to give you direction on how to achieve a certain task you have in front of you. So you can take up your notepad, sketch it the way you feel. When you look at it in your creation process, you're going to understand what you're trying to achieve. So you don't necessarily have to be a loner. What's that guy's name? Da Vinci. You don't necessarily have to be Da Vinci to be a graphic designer. So you just have to sketch out what you feel is going to work well for you while you're creating the original design. So what you should concentrate on as a graphic designer is to learn your skill. There's no excuse for not knowing. There's no excuse for not knowing your skills perfectly well. And then you know your softwares. What software do you use to design? No software is below par. All of them work effectively depending on what you want to achieve. Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Adobe XD, Corel Draw, all of them work perfectly depending on what you want to achieve. There's no excuse for not knowing your software or not knowing your skill or your design as a graphic designer. After that, then it goes into application of the things you know, bringing the skill, bringing your software knowledge and creating amazing visual that resonates with your client's brief, with your team. Another important skills you need to have as a graphic designer is communication skills. It's a very important skills because after creating your visual, the next thing is your ability to communicate the idea behind the visual or to pitch the design to your client. Sometimes you might not have someone else to do the pitching for you. You might have to sell your idea to another person for that other person to pitch to the same class. So communication skills is very important as a designer. So moving forward, get your software right, get your communication right, and then get into your design. Create amazing things. Now, I hope this content was helpful to you. If it was, don't forget to click the like button, share on your notification button. Till I meet you next time, guys, be awesome.